Hello and welcome to me being incorrect. I made a video about the Atrius Super Selektor about 2 days ago that has gone quite a bit larger than I assumed, and I made an incorrect statement in that video that is spreading like wildfire. I made a pinned comment. Obviously, it doesn't do a whole lot, so I wanted to make a video as well. I had said multiple times in that video that I believed the product was cast. It is absolutely not a cast product. I believed wrongly based on the brittle fracture that I saw on the part, and to me, it was reminiscent of many other cast parts that I had seen looking exactly like that I wrongly assumed out of anger and immediately making the video after that range day that it was cast. Getting that out of the way. I don't want to throw any misinformation about a product at all out there on the market. I also made a comment in the video about influencers. I was not at all trying to say that Atrius was paying influencers out there to speak positively about this product. I was primarily talking about how many influencers that there are out there talking about not only the Atrius Super Selektor, but every FRT trigger that's out there right now and touting them in that light. Now that those comments are out of the way, I'm not going to be deleting the video because although, yes, I made a mistake that it was cast and I should not have jumped to that. I should have took it out of the receiver to see the machine marks on the side of it. I should not have just assumed by seeing it. The product still broke for me. And every other emotion in that video was 100% accurate to how I was feeling. There are many other times in this industry these days where people are trying to find a product that is going to break or that is not going to work properly to make a video out of it, or they're purposefully trying to make that product break. These days, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you make a product that's performing really well and you talk really positively about that product because that's genuinely how you feel, you're immediately touted as a shill and not being honest. Vice versa, if I make a product about how I feel that is performing negatively or not doing well, then I am an asshole and I'm trying to destroy a company, which of course in no way, shape, or form am I trying to do by making that video. When it comes to the product itself, there were comments made about whether or not I had it installed in the correct position or in the correct lower. So I want to address those as well because there are too many of them for me to address in the comments specifically. This was put in a lower that is a mil-spec lower with an M16 proper cutout in the rear of that receiver to again alleviate any binding that could potentially happen. At least that's what I assumed. Also, I did make sure that the trigger itself in the lower portion of your fire control group was the proper trigger that was stated in a few places that needed to be run with this selector. And I also checked to make sure that the selector was operating properly in the upper and the lower prior to going to the range. As far as upper clearance, this was as much of a mil-spec, properly cut out upper that I could possibly find. It was not a random, strangely cut upper. Also, it was a properly cut full auto bolt carrier group on this. There was a buffer tube that was slightly extended that I mentioned in this video. That was a BCM buffer tube with the proper BCM buffer and the proper BCM spring, only allowing one additional placement in your actual stock. But that would be the only thing in this that is not mil-spec, and I do not believe that would have caused the product to break. And the reason why I am leaving that video up is, yes, I messed up whether it's cast or not cast, but with all of those other boxes checked in the operation of the unit, that would lead me to believe that, okay, if all of the other setup is good, throw out the cast or machine comment, this product broke. So in my mind, I would indicate at least, I think, a problem in metallurgy maybe, or a problem in heat treat maybe, something. Because if it's not binding on anything else and it broke in under 200 rounds, something was wrong. I was frustrated 100%. I personally have a lot of my own money invested in FRT type devices, and they have not gone well. So that frustration came out in the video. And to me, it felt warranted because I was being as real as possible, like always on this channel, not trying to defame anybody. I was also not trying to indicate everyone should be refunding their purchases or anything like that. I even said in the video that I would be trying to go after warranty repair on the item, and if it worked, I might change my opinion on whether or not I would recommend the product, which is about as standard of a review as I could imagine anybody making or saying. So yeah, I wanted to come out with this video as immediately as possible, which is why I'm in my car right now, and this is going to be a one-take video and not edited. So again, I'm not trying to go to war with any company or make any comments that are going to screw a company out of business or be unethical in any way, shape, or form. Yes, I made a mistake again on the actual material, but everything else, in my opinion, was pretty accurate. So you guys be the judge. Please don't take this video the wrong way. Hopefully it yields some explanation to my mistakes 100% in the past video. Thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to watch my channel. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon.